I have a question. How much cash do you see here total? Well, if you guessed $300, you are correct. Hi, this is Steve, Critical Dreamer Channel. Thanks for being here. These are can safes, also known as diversion safes. These are manufactured by Southwest Specialty Products, LLC. Now, as usual, I have no affiliation with this company. I purchased them in order to talk a little bit about them and describe their uses. Critical Dreamer Channel is self-supported, self-funded, and sometimes even self-entertaining for that matter. But anyway, with my experience in security devices, I can never stress enough the importance of securing valuables. And as I've repeated over and over in various videos, that specifically refers to protection from theft and unauthorized access. Before we dive into these, let's quickly define the meaning of a safe, because sometimes it really needs to be done that way. The noun form: a strong fireproof cabinet with a complex lock used for the storage of valuables. These obviously don't fall into the category of a cabinet or even a container for that matter with a complex lock. But in the interest of protecting valuables, they do fall into the category of hidden in plain sight. Now, be mindful that items like this do not technically secure personal property, they only hide it. So sort of think of it this way: in a gunfight, there's a difference in your protection level between being concealed and taking cover. So always try to keep that in mind when needing to protect property. Now, these are made in various items, various brands. For example, this is a Del Monte fruit cocktail, and you just twist the bottom on this one, and that's shallow. So it looks like an inside of a coconut, but shallow because it's a short container. Liquid wrench. It's even got the spray nozzle on the top. Opened that up earlier, so it's a little bit deeper because of its length, of course. This one I purchased quite some time ago. I've had it for a while, but it does have a working sprayer valve here. It doesn't do anything because it's empty. This one has a little bit more of a different type of threaded bottom to it. And there's some foam way down there in the bottom. Let's see if I can show that. Yeah. There's some foam in there, just sort of, if you have something in there and you shake the can around, it's not going to really rattle. But for what these are used for, it's not too big of a deal. Let's see. You hungry? How about some Pringles? Let's take off the bottom. It's not very deep. Probably is about as deep as the fruit cocktail, and the rest is whatever's in there. But that is really a cool diversionary tactic for this container. Arizona iced tea. This actually has some heft to it. There's obviously something in there. Regular pull tab opener. This opens from the top, and that's relatively deep in there, a little deeper than the fruit cocktail. But again, it's got some little bit of a density to it, so it almost feels like there's something in there. It doesn't sound like a liquid, but it's got a little bit of a weight. So with this type of item, this company, there are numerous other items that are sold. Let's see on the box here. Liquid wrench, Scotch guard, brake parts cleaner, gunk, shaving cream, transmission stop leak, Ajax, fuel injector cleaner, SNX, thrust starting fluid, Scotch spray. So there's all kinds of different items that are available. Plenty more other name brands available that are not in that illustration, of course. Now, you're probably thinking those look like real containers. Isn't that a trademark infringement? No. Because although these are original containers, they've been remanufactured and used by permission or license has been granted by the trademark owners, so they're allowed to do that, at least the legitimate companies that sell these. So these are very useful in your workshop, your pantry, even camping, or in your vehicle. Wherever you can incorporate them into everyday and the appropriate environments, they're very good. There are also some available models that are perfect when traveling. Of course, not so much like canned goods or liquid wrench, but like fake deodorants, hairbrushes with a hidden compartment in the handle. It's not lockable, but at least your stuff isn't openly visible, especially if you're traveling or somewhere where it's going to be out in the open and there are other people around. I certainly wouldn't use these to store anything that could be discovered and cause personal injury. I know I don't need to say that, but, especially if a child could access it. Make no mistake, although these can be useful, there are things that just plain need to be secured under lock and key. Other than that, I have plenty of friends that use these, and they love them. With that said, here's a warning. Don't be like one of my friends, who shall remain nameless. He owned one of these and forgot it wasn't real. Cleaned out the storage cabinet in his summer home, thought the can of liquid wrench was empty, and yep, tossed it in the trash. Keep that in mind. So this is Steve, Critical Dreamer Channel. Be present, be mindful, and remember, it's all about the harmony.